Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out the Film Geek. This week I'm going to be focusing on films that inspire me in one way or another. Things that make me keep going, that makes me want to make a video every other day basically, and why I do what I do. These movies in some way, shape, or form have inspired me to start this channel. And I want to pay a little tribute to some friends of mine, and that's the guys over at 3B Video. Because honestly, I wouldn't even be doing this right now if it wasn't for them paving the way. You see, they really inspired me to get involved in YouTube and to try to get myself out there and to make these videos, reviews, and all this fun stuff. And also too, right now, my friends over at 3B Video are doing something pretty awesome. They are actually making their first full-length feature film right now. So, in honor of my friends making a movie, I've chose this spotlight film. So today I'm spotlighting the 1999 film American Movie.
He asked me to come over and help him out. He said he needs some help. I'm always helping him with his films, and we used to do a lot of partying together, but I don't party anymore.
Dear girl, do you know what you possess in your hand? Do you have any idea of its capabilities? Do you have any inkling, any semblance of understanding whatsoever? I just made it up. I want to write that down. Do you have any...
American Movie tells the story of a group of friends who come together to help their friend Mark finish his short horror film so that he can get funding to make his dream project. American Movie is a documentary that was directed by Chris Smith, and he is also the producer of another documentary by the name of Tiger King. Filming for American Movie started in September of 1995 and it lasted until August of 1997. And then on November 5th, 1999, the film was released and it won the Grand Jury Prize for Documentary at the Sundance Film Festival. Now, while American Movie didn't set the box office on fire, it didn't do bad for a documentary, but it has gained quite the cult following outside the cinema. So what do I like about this movie? Well, like I said, this movie inspires me. And the reason it inspires me is it's a documentary about an independent filmmaker who's just trying to make his dream project. This movie is about passion. This movie is about the film industry, but a side of the film industry that we don't get to see very often, and that is the independent fan-type filmmaker. The things about Mark that just inspire me is that he just doesn't give up. He has a vision and he is going to complete it. Now, in the documentary, he's actually trying to make this other film, but things kind of fall apart when he starts to run out of funding for that film. So he then decides to finish the short film that he'd been working on for, 3 years. And so they all come together to try to get this movie finished and in theaters so they can get some butts and seats and make some money. It's just great to watch his friends come together and try to help him out with this movie. Everybody really has nice things to say about Mark. You know, no one has anything negative to say. One of his other friends who's just great, really, in this movie is his buddy Mike. I keep saying movie like they're characters, but if you watch this documentary, you'll see what I mean. Now, you don't get to say this very often in documentaries, but this movie is extremely funny. It is so funny that you would swear that it is freaking scripted. But it's not. These events really happen to this guy. It's a documentary. It's real. It happened. And seriously, you laugh so much in this movie. It really comes off as a scripted film because it's just so kind of unreal. Like, there's a scene, and this part really just kills me, where Mark is trying to get his elderly uncle to say these lines, and I can't remember them verbatim, but it was something like, "It's okay, it's alright, life is beautiful, Jesus says so." And he's trying to get this uncle of his to say this, Uncle Bill, I believe, and he's trying to get him to say this line over and over again. And I believe the documentary finally ends somewhere around like take 31 or 36 or something like that. And it could be even more. I don't remember. But the scene itself, it just seems like something that would have been in like a comedy movie or something about making a movie. But no, this is a documentary about making a movie. Okay guys, if I piqued your interest about American Movie and you're interested in checking it out, well, good news, it is out there for streaming right now. Well, I should say for rent. You can rent it on Amazon Prime or Vudu. And guys, seriously, seriously, it is worth the money. Check this thing out. It is awesome. You are going to love it. These guys are so much fun. They're genuine people, and you're really gonna have a warm sense of things. It's one of those movies at the end of it, you're like, you know what, everything's cool. It all worked out. It's awesome. And you know what? I did a little background research. Mark is still working on movies. He's made appearances and other things, especially with his friend Mike. In fact, there's a Family Guy episode where they pop up out of nowhere, and I felt like the guy that got the joke. But yeah, he's been working and he's still doing things. He is slated to release a film. It was supposed to come out in 2014, but apparently he's still working on it. So we'll see what happens here later in the future. But okay, guys, if you want to check this movie out, check it out. Amazon Prime for rent or on Vudu. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell for notifications so you know when I put another one of these videos up. And another thing you can keep doing, folks, is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.